everybody, welcome back to Secret Chord. This is your host, Ryan. We're going to talk about the top 5 mistakes that people make on stage. And we're going to look at ways that you can hopefully avoid these things from happening to you in the future. Number 5, getting distracted. Now, if you're not used to being on a stage, you may not understand that that is a vastly different environment and experience from playing in the comfort zone of your bedroom or rehearsal space. There's so many other factors involved. You have stage lights, monitors, sound coming from the house PA system, and on top of that, a crowd that brings in all kinds of unknowns into the picture. So how can you safeguard against this? There's an idea called self-imposed distractions while you rehearse. Now maybe some of you have seen the movie about the band The Runaways, where their manager throws things at them as they rehearse in their trailer. Now, I sincerely hope no one ever throws anything at you on stage, but the idea is good. He was preparing them to be able to focus through difficult times and adversity. But the idea is that you get used to playing in less than ideal environments so you can still remain focused through that. Number 4, playing too fast. Now, if you're like almost everyone, you get nervous before you hit the stage. And when we get nervous, our heart starts to beat faster and faster, and we perceive time differently. It moves a little faster, so it's very common for musicians and bands to play songs on stage faster than they're used to playing. Now this can be problematic for a couple of reasons. One, it just might not be right for the song. It just might sound too fast, but also we tend to make way more mistakes when we're playing songs faster than we're used to. Let's think of it this way. If you're used to playing a song at one tempo, and then you go on stage in front of a crowd and you play that song 20% faster than you've ever played it, you are probably going to make way more mistakes and flubs than you would have otherwise. So how can you avoid this? A lot of bands play to a click on stage. Sometimes drummers have a metronome just to get a reference tempo before they start a song. There are a number of ways you can do it, but the idea is that you don't rush through the songs. Number 3, not being in the moment. Now what I mean by this is not connecting with your bandmates or the other musicians on stage, and not connecting with your audience, and losing sight of why you play music in the first place, which is hopefully because you love it. When people go to a concert or show, they're looking for something extra special. They can listen to the music on their phones, they can watch videos of bands playing, but in a live environment, they want a connection with the performers. So if your fear or anxiety gets in the way of you being in the moment as a performer, you have to try to avoid that and be in the moment. Number 2, starting before you are ready. Now let's say you're a solo performer and you've got lyrics and chords on a music stand, you're singing into a microphone, and you're playing guitar. Before you start your set, you want to make sure that you can see your lyrics, that you can sing into the microphone consistently and see your guitar, and that you're in tune. If you start before any of these things have been checked, you might be fumbling with your music, fumbling with where the mic is, making mistakes, interrupting your song, and it just doesn't go very smoothly. So this can all be avoided by having a mental checklist that you make before you start. Can I see my music? Can I sing into the mic? And can I see my guitar? And am I in tune? Are my levels good? Then you start and things should go much smoother. Finally, the number 1 mistake that people make on stage is they play songs that they've never played the way they want them to go on stage. Okay? It's shocking how common this is. I think that sometimes people might think they have a superhuman power that once they hit the stage and there's a crowd, they're going to sing a song like they never have before. They're going to play a song the way they never have before. In reality, it's the opposite. It's much harder to play with the crowd. It's much harder to do all these things when you have these distractions and other factors involved. So how can you prevent this from happening? There's a practice method called the 5-check system. When you've played a song exactly the way you hope it goes on stage, you get 1 check. You try to accumulate 5 checks. Once you've done that, you can get more and more, the more the merrier. But you can go on stage knowing that you have played the song exactly the way you want it to go that many times. That builds confidence. Now don't get me wrong, I'm all for impromptu jams on songs that nobody knows. That's always fun and exciting, but I'm talking about if you're getting ready for a showcase or something where you're trying to get your music out there. All right, I hope these 5 mistakes that are common are helpful to you and that you can avoid them from happening in the future. Thanks for checking into Secret Chord. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can get more videos like this in the future. Cheers.